Tonight on an all-new Dave, don't miss three-time Tour de France champion Lance Armstrong, plus Ghost World Store of Verge and new summer books. But first, your local news.
Next on Eyewitness News, a possible break in the Chandra Levy case. A mother in Perry County is killed after a collision between her van and a train. Also, a Harrisburg City Councilwoman shares memories of her nephew, Minnesota Viking Corey Stringer. Get the real reason behind pop diva Mariah Carey's hospitalization, and Don Rooney has a hot and muggy forecast. The news starts now.
WHP CBS 21, where community comes first. This is Eyewitness News 21 at 11.
This military installation in Virginia might provide new answers in the search for Chandra Levy. Good evening, everyone. I'm Kirsten Page.
And I'm Greg Johans. We have new information on missing intern Chandra Levy. The FBI says that there are no plans to search Fort Lee in Virginia at this time, but military police might use cadaver dogs to look for her body at that site. Authorities are investigating a tip from a website that the body of the missing intern is buried in a parking lot there. Fort Lee is about 120 miles away from Washington, D.C. The website, WeTip.com, received the anonymous tip Tuesday night and faxed a copy to the D.C. Police Department. The website collects information on possible crimes. An employee at the company says the tip about the missing intern was very detailed.
They described the surroundings and some details of where the body might be buried, that if it was a hoax, it was quite elaborate, and they went to some lengths to describe the surrounding areas and the schedule, the way things were done.
Police in Washington, D.C. say that their request for a search at Fort Lee is routine and that the tip is just one of hundreds of leads being pursued. Levy's been missing for 3 months now. Now, ever since her disappearance, her parents have had to wait and wonder about what happened to their child. Eyewitness News reporter Cassandra Spencer talked to a psychologist about that tonight, and she's in the newsroom with that part of the story. Cassandra.
Well, that anonymous tip could provide Levy's family with some hope for closure. They have been, as you said, waiting on word on their missing daughter for about 3 months now. A local psychologist says the couple could be experiencing a lot of anxiety, loss of sleep, loss of appetite, and irritability because their daughter is missing.
The longer this goes on, the longer the stress goes on, and they're even probably subject to physical illness because their stress hormones are interfering with their immune system.
Now, the psychologist suggests that anyone dealing with a situation like the Levy's parents should take it a day at a time. They said they should fill their day with a lot of activities. And she says some people can never get over traumatic experiences like this because it often leaves permanent scars. That's the latest. We're live in the newsroom. Cassandra Spencer, now back to you.
Cassandra, thanks for that live report. Kirsten?
A train and a van collided in Perry County today, killing a woman and seriously injuring 2 of her daughters. The accident happened just after 4:30 this afternoon in Miller Township. That's a few miles south of Newport. This is the van that was hit tonight. Newport State Police have identified the driver as Melissa Lee Simmons. Police say 2 freight trains were traveling westbound, but the driver only saw one of them. She waited for the train to pass and then started crossing. That's when the other train hit the van. Simmons and her 2 daughters were thrown from the vehicle.
Under the conditions of the tracks and the highway here, obviously if you look, it's like ballast stone behind you around the tracks, and since all 3 people were ejected, it makes for a serious accident on all 3 of them.
The 2 9-year-old girls were flown to Hershey Medical Center where they're being treated tonight. The accident stopped train traffic for 3 hours. NFL players, coaches, and fans are mourning Corey Stringer tonight. The Minnesota Viking died early this morning of complications from heat stroke. He was practicing yesterday when he collapsed. Stringer's aunt is a Harrisburg City Councilwoman. This afternoon, Pat Stringer talked to us about the last time she saw her nephew.
I had just seen him at our family reunion on July the 7th, and he looked as healthy as anybody.
The NFL commissioner has now ordered all teams to review their rules on training to make sure that something like this doesn't happen again. If a pro football player in good athletic shape can die from heat stroke, anyone can. So coaches here at Redland High School in York County are watching for signs of heat stroke in their young athletes. Doctors say there are several symptoms.
Real severe thirst, achiness, headache, they'll be lethargic, extreme fatigue. They'll just really be really tired. He'll be bent over and say, Coach, I just can't, I'm really beat. I can't take much more of this.
Doctors say athletes should drink a cup of water every 15 to 30 minutes during strenuous exercise.
Well, today sure was hot, and tomorrow's going to be even hotter.
Don Rennie joins us now from the SkyTrack Weather Center with our first forecast.
And that's why we tell you to take it easy on these hot days. Stay inside. You're not being lazy. You could be saving your life or at least giving yourself a break. And you're going to need it again tomorrow because it's going to be hot again. Here's what it looks like outside right now with our Pennsylvania weather. We've had a few fair weather clouds throughout the day today. No precipitation, no showers like we had yesterday. And so that means we got nice and warm. And we're still kind of warm right now. Temperatures out there, 78 here, 76 in Philadelphia, 77 in Pittsburgh. It is already down to 67 in Bradford, though. We will get down to about 64 degrees tonight when you wake up tomorrow morning. It'll be hazy, 70 degrees, and from there, there's no place to go but up. We'll talk about that hot stuff, plus the rain at the end of the 5-day forecast coming up in just a little bit. Greg?
Tom, thanks. An autopsy will be done tomorrow on a teenager from Springettsbury Township who collapsed and died while playing basketball in York County. 16-year-old Travis Bear had been playing in a basketball tournament here at Central York Middle School in Springettsbury Township. He collapsed at about 11 o'clock this morning. The Springettsbury Township manager refused to talk about the boy's medical history and wouldn't say if the boy showed any signs of having problems. Counseling services for friends and family will be available tomorrow at the Springettsbury Township Municipal Building. Call 757-3521 if you need more information.
Investigators are looking into a deadly construction accident in York County. The accident happened in Penn Township near Hanover. Crews were installing a sewer line when the wall caved in earlier today. Burl Wetzel from New Oxford died. An autopsy will be done tomorrow at York Hospital. Messages of hate in York were answered tonight with prayers. People gathered at Continental Square this evening in a show of unity. Earlier this week, flyers promoting a white supremacist group showed up around the city. The York City Human Relations Commission organized tonight's vigil to get out its own message.
Community stands for the beliefs of diversity, equality, and nonviolence, not the racist propaganda that was promulgated through that leafleting.
You may remember another vigil from back in May, the last time that racist material showed up in York.
A mishap at an amusement park in Michigan has Hershey Park closing one of its rides. Investigators continue to look into what caused the Chaos Ride to collapse on Monday. 31 people were hurt in Michigan. The Chaos Ride at Hershey Park will be closed until the manufacturer finds out what caused the one in Michigan to collapse. Soon, mosquitoes will no longer bug people in Swedera Township. The commissioners there voted tonight to spray the area around some wetlands. That should kill most of the mosquitoes. Most Swedera Township residents who live near those wetlands applaud tonight's move. They say all day long they're eaten alive.
Because they can use insecticides for wetlands that are environmentally safe for the other wildlife.
Spraying would only happen between the wetlands and the homes that sit next to it. Spraying for mosquitoes in Swedera Township could start on Friday.
The Jerry Lewis Labor Day Telethon is just over a month away. Last year's telethon raised hundreds of thousands of dollars to fight muscular dystrophy in the Harrisburg area. There's always a lot to do before and during the telethon, so volunteers are needed. If you would like to volunteer your time, call the MDA in Harrisburg at 540-4316 or the national headquarters at 1-800-572-1717.
Well, a lot of people like to hang out at the mall. At 13 minutes past the hour, see some video that gives new meaning to that phrase.
You've heard of movies and TV shows being rated, but at 11:23, find out which television networks make the grade during Primetime's Family Hour.
And investigators are trying to determine what caused this deadly helicopter crash in Maryland. Hear what they know so far next.
You're watching Eyewitness News with Greg Johans and Kirsten Page.
Hey, who won the game last night?
We did, 6-5. Game time tonight, 7:05.
What's today's forecast?
Sunny and warm, high of 78. Showers moving this way for the weekend.
Have you heard how the roads are?
Well, you got a green light on 81 this morning. 83 is slow around Union Deposit, as usual.
How do you know all of this?
I have my sources.
WHP Talk Radio 580.
Now is the perfect time for family cookouts, and that means stocking up on delicious Kunzler hot dogs. And now when you buy a dog, you could win a hog. That's right. Kunzler is giving away a brand new Harley-Davidson motorcycle. To enter, just send in a proof of purchase from specially marked Kunzler hot dogs, along with your name, address, and phone number. You could be the winner of a 2001 Harley-Davidson XL 1200C Sportster. Enter the Buy a Dog, Win a Hog contest today. Brought to you by Kunstler. Goodness is in the making since 1901.
A mixed day on Wall Street. The Dow Jones Industrial Average fell 12 points, but NASDAQ climbed 41, and the S&P 500 up 4.
If you're burdened by credit card or other high-interest debt, you're not alone. Pennsylvania Resources will help you pay off your high-interest bills, make valuable improvements to your home, and actually reduce your total monthly payments. Our services are fully guaranteed, and our programs have already helped thousands of people secure freedom from high-interest debt while making their homes more attractive and valuable. Even if your credit is less than perfect, we can help. Call Pennsylvania Resources today for a free in-home consultation.
This needs your signature immediately, Mr. Jameson. And this. Oh, and don't forget this.
Of all the things you've ever signed, this may be the most satisfying. Announcing the Lincoln Sign and Drive sales event. No down payment, no first month's payment, no security deposit, no cash due at signing. On Lincoln Town Car's Signature Series with premium package, with complimentary moonroof and CD changer. With this sign and drive lease, no cash due at signing and $539 a month for 36 months. Plus, get Lincoln complimentary maintenance during the Lincoln Sign and Drive sales event.
New information tonight about a helicopter crash in Maryland. The crash happened at Baltimore-Washington International Airport. Both men on board were killed. Investigators don't know what caused the crash. Witnesses say they didn't hear noises as the helicopter went down, but one person says the chopper was spiraling moments before it came down in Maryland.
New information on the Patient's Bill of Rights. A key sticking point was the right to sue an HMO in federal or state court. But earlier tonight, a compromise was apparently reached.
We're pleased to announce we're going to work on the language of the agreed upon amendment, and it'll give the members something positive to vote for. Very pleased to announce.
Earlier proposals provided new protection to many people with health insurance. The House could vote on the new Patient's Bill of Rights tomorrow.
England's Queen Mum has had a blood transfusion to treat anemia.
Tonight's Look at the World in a Minute starts in London. The Queen Mother checked into a hospital this morning. Anemia happens when the blood can't supply enough oxygen to the tissues. Doctors say that transfusion shouldn't lead to further complications. The Queen Mother turns 101 later this week. She hopes to return home from the hospital in time to celebrate.
This is the aftermath of a bomb blast at a shopping center in Indonesia. 5 people were hurt. An investigation is underway to determine who's responsible. It is the latest in a series of bombings in Indonesia in the past year.
Recently passed laws in Germany give gays who get married the same rights as heterosexual couples. The new rights include homosexuals being entitled to their spouse's inheritance and health insurance. Some gay couples were married to mark the occasion.
A mall in Japan is offering customers the rare opportunity to bungee jump indoors. The mall in Tokyo is one of only 2 places in the world that offers it. Organizers say the sign-up sheet is full every day. The only other place to do indoor bungee jumping is in Canada. And that's our look at the world in a minute. The code red worm is bugging some internet users tonight, but it may not do as much damage as originally thought. You'll find out why later on Eyewitness News.
Looks like we're in for another hot and steamy one tomorrow. The sticky SkyTrack forecast coming up in just a couple of minutes.
And summer's here, meaning carnival season's in full swing. Find out where these people are having a blast next.
All natural cosmetics. When it comes to beauty and style, how smart is it to stay natural? Wake up to what's happening tomorrow morning on The Early Show with Bryant Gumbel and Jane Clayson.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody in my Ford, let's go for a drive.
The Ford authorized clearance is here. The best time for the best deals on America's best sellers.
A little bit of fun along the way.
Hurry in for the best deals of the year. Get a 5-star safety-rated Taurus with a big $2,000 cash back. And a quadruple 5-star safety-rated Windstar with a whopping $3,000 cash back. During the Ford authorized clearance at your Quality Plus Ford dealer.
Where can I find a battery? Battery Warehouse of Lancaster. Battery Warehouse of Lancaster has many batteries. Battery Warehouse of Lancaster has lots of batteries. Battery Warehouse of Lancaster has tons of batteries. Hey Joe, are there any batteries you don't have? Battery Warehouse of Lancaster, nothing but batteries. Located on Dillerville Road, Lancaster.
And here are the river stages for the next couple of days. You'll notice that we have no changes in the river levels over the next 24 hours.
You can try to please other people, or you can just suit yourself. Suit yourself. Suit yourself. As you please, it's all in how you dress.
Eddie's fits them all. Big, tall, and small. It's Eddie's.
Check it out. New flavor. Oh, man. I bet it's good. Yeah, like new boyfriend good. New job good. New manicure good. New hairstyle good. New fireman's calendar good. We have got to stop.
Introducing Berry Banana and Kiwi Daiquiri, two of the best new things around. From Yoplait, it is so good.
Oh, look away.
More local news tonight as hundreds of people visited the Lions Club Carnival in Marysville tonight. There are lots of rides and games. The carnival runs from 7 until midnight now through Saturday in Marysville.
Best part of a carnival there is if you have a little one, you put them on a ride and to see the sheer terror in their faces. As they
Yeah,
come
watch
off.
the white knuckles go. And then you go get some cotton candy and just enjoy yourself.
laugh.
And for those of you who are planning, Friday is probably the only day in the next few days of the carnival where we might have some rain. So
Friday's
okay. That's a little something just from me to you. We don't have any rain tonight. Instead, what we have is a few clouds, some haze, and otherwise nice temperatures. Here is a check of our SkyTrack radar. You don't see any precipitation out there, and that is the good news. But we will see some on Friday, and as we all know, we need the rain. Here are the numbers that go along with today. And not too bad, really. We got up to 87 degrees today. Normally we're at 86, so that's not far away. But the dew points were the things that made that 87 really sticky. 63 overnight, actually cooler than the normal of 66, and no precipitation today. Now, we still have those big dew points out there. Right now, it is 76 degrees, but the dew point's only 10 degrees away at 66, just enough to let you know it's humid. And that's kind of the way the whole day has been. Tomorrow, we're expecting those dew points to get up into the upper 60s. Hopefully, they won't get into the 70s, because that would be really disappointing. 65 now in Selinsgrove, 68 in Lebanon. Everybody else in the 70s. Everybody now, except for Lancaster, dealing with 60s dew points, making it a little clammy. Possibility of fog out there, too, so watch out. Now, we've got a cold front here. You can see that's where all these thunderstorms are firing up in Wisconsin. You see nothing down here. That's because there's a high pressure right out there, and that is keeping everything nice. But unfortunately, tomorrow, it's going to bring that hot and humid stuff up from the south, running right ahead of the cold front. Now, the cold front comes down on Friday, and after that, we have some high pressure coming in from Canada, but more likely that'll be overtaken by some of the hot stuff coming from the Midwest. So we'll get a little cooler and then right back up to what are normal temperatures for this time, upper 80s. We'll take you through tomorrow and show you what's going to happen. Basically, not a lot for most of Thursday. We're going to sit here and steam and stew a little bit tomorrow. But you see that cold front making its way down. It's getting itself ready to come in on Thursday, but it's not quite here yet. And then we'll look at Friday, and Friday starts out pretty much the same, steamy. And then eventually that cold front does drop down here in the afternoon on Friday, and it might actually hang around until Saturday morning before it finally gets out. For tomorrow, the pollen will be low, the mold spores will be moderate. Tomorrow is an ozone action day, too, so you do have my permission not to drive and not to mow the lawn. Just tell your wife or your significant other that that's, Don said it was okay. If you go into the shore tomorrow, plenty of sunshine, temperatures in the low 80s, nice day to go, and go tomorrow if you have a chance, because on the weekend, afternoon thunder showers are possible. Water temp a very pleasant 72. So here's your 5-day forecast, 91 degrees tomorrow, and it is an ozone action day. And then for Friday and Saturday, that's when the cold front moves in. We will see some thunderstorms, and it will cool down to 85 on Saturday. That rain may not last all day Saturday, too, by the way, and Sunday and Monday look pretty nice with temperatures in the mid-80s. And some sunshine.
Yeah, we don't want the whole weekend to be washed out there.
And I don't think it will be. I think we'll get a good weekend out of it. And we're not going to get a lot of rain on Friday, but every little bit helps at this point.
It sure does. Thank you, Don. Continuing coverage of the death of NFL Pro Bowler Corey Stringer. Later in Eyewitness News, you'll hear from other NFL players on how they're coping with the news.
And some say that shows like WWF SmackDown take the word family out of the family hour on TV. Learn which networks are the best and the worst when it comes to TV violence next.
You're watching Eyewitness News, winner of the Emmy Award for Best Newscast.
Nobody meets your needs. There's nobody better than Carnes. Better than Carnes.
Carnes is your meeting place, the place for the best meats at the best savings. Cool savings on cold cuts. Deli sliced sweet beef bologna from Weavers of Wellsville, $1.99 a pound. Chicken leg quarters for 48 cents a pound. Pasteurized jumbo lump crab meat, 8 ounces for $4.99. No cards needed. Everyone saves at Carnes.
Nobody meets your needs. Nobody better than Carnes.
Warning, intruder, alert. Warning, intruder.
Light, airy cones of crispy corn. There's no such thing as too many bugles. Bugles, more is better.
Here's a look at tonight's winning Pennsylvania lottery numbers. The daily 089, the big 4 8289, and the cash 5 13, 21, 22, 28, 36. The Super 6 numbers 7, 8, 12, 15, 18, and 61.
This year, back to school means back to Kohl's. So come to Kohl's Back to School sale starting this Friday, where everything for kids of all ages is on sale. Save 20 to 50% on our entire stock of denim. Save 10 to 30% on our entire stock of shoes. And save 20 to 40% on our entire stock of backpacks. Go back to school with all the styles, colors, and brands your family wants. Save on hundreds of items store-wide during Kohl's Back to School sale starting this Friday. Kohl's, that's more like it.
It's time to get your ducky ready for the 14th Annual Rubber Duck Regatta this Labor Day weekend. Help the March of Dimes by buying your rubber ducky at locations all over the Mid-State and getting it ready for the big race. You can win some great prizes like a trip to Cancun, and more importantly, you'll be helping the March of Dimes fight for healthier babies. For information on how to get your ducky, call 545-4534. It's the 14th Annual Rubber Duck Regatta, presented by The River, 97.3 WRVV and WHP-CBS 21.
In tonight's Consumer Alert, a study says what your children are watching on television between 8 and 9 at night might surprise you. The Parents Television Council found that shows on in the first hour of prime time use swear words 78% more often than in a similar study 2 years ago. Violence also rose 70%. Shows including WWF SmackDown were cited by the group. Lawmakers say they have a simple request for the television studios.
We're asking them to de-sour the family hour. And that would bring sweet relief to millions of moms and dads.
In the study, sexual material dropped 17%. UPN reportedly had the highest amount of offensive material, while CBS had the lowest.
The Code Red computer worm is causing some problems tonight. At last check, the worm had infected 80,000 websites, but experts say that infection rates are slowing by the hour. Most computer users will feel the impact of Code Red when they log on to the internet. It could take longer than usual. Next week will be a busy one for computer retailers here in Pennsylvania. From this Sunday to the next Sunday, people buying computers and computer accessories here in Pennsylvania will not be charged a 6% sales tax. Stores are ordering additional stock and bringing in extra staff to handle the expected rush.
Can't get enough of the TV show Survivor? Later on Eyewitness News, see how you'll be able to experience all the competition of the game without having to turn on your television.
And this toddler from California might have you thinking, Tiger who? This remarkable story coming up next.
You're watching Eyewitness News with Greg Johans and Kirsten Page.
This portion of Eyewitness News is brought to you by McDonald's, where the choice is yours.
Morning, guys.
Hi.
Hey, morning. Like to see how your cereals stack up the total?
Go ahead.
To get the iron in 1 bowl of total, you'll have to eat 2 bowls of cornflakes. For folic acid, try 4 bowls.
That's a really big spoon.
Want zinc? 10 bowls for you.
What's so funny? Nothing.
Nice bowls.
Total has 100% of 11 vitamins and minerals in just 1 bowl.
We'll take the total, sure, and give Junior the check. What?
Total Raisin Bran, Total Cornflakes. 1 bowl, 100%.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody in my Ford, let's go for a drive.
The Ford authorized clearance is here. The best time for the best deals on America's best sellers.
A little bit of fun along the way.
Hurry in for the best deals of the year. Now you can get a built Ford Tough F-Series with up to $2,000 cash back. That's up to $2,000 cash back on the best-selling truck in America. During the Ford authorized clearance, going on now at your Quality Plus Ford dealer.
Sign up now for WHP CBS 21s and WLYH-15's Round Ball Ruckus 3-on-3 basketball tournament. Coming to City Island August 11th and 12th. Register online at WHP-TV.com or pick up forms at the River 97.3, any Carnes locations, the Hilton, Area Pizza Huts, and WLYH-15s and WHP CBS 21's Broadcast Center. All entries must be postmarked by Thursday, August 2nd. Don't miss Harrisburg's biggest and best hoops contest of the year. Register now. Made possible by these sponsors.
Hello, my name is Harry Kaufman. If you're getting married, you must visit one of my stores, Kaufman's Wedding World, during our incredible warehouse bridal gown sale. You'll find your dream wedding gown and save up to 60% off our huge selection of hundreds and hundreds of the most beautiful designer gowns, starting at only $99. These gowns are so beautiful you cannot believe they'd be on sale. Save up to 60% at my stores, Kaufman's Wedding World, in Lancaster, York, Harrisburg, Camp Hill, and Chambersburg.
New information tonight from the world of golf. This kid might be the next Tiger Woods. 3-year-old Jake Payne recently made a hole-in-one at a course in California. He did it by using his favorite club, a Snoopy driver. A 5-year-old currently holds the record for the youngest person to get a hole-in-one. By the way, Tiger Woods was 6 when he got his first ace.
Wow. He's pretty good, too.
It's a nice swing. He's a lefty of a swing, but
I'm going to have to go out and get a Snoopy driver. I think that would be the key. But he's amazing. So were the Baltimore Ravens last year. They won it all. They're looking for 2 in a row. And they're trying to with good things in training camp. Ravens head coach Brian Billick is preaching to his team, we are the Super Bowl champions. But that was last year. Time to concentrate on this season. The Ravens did make some off-season moves, hoping to bolster their club. The biggest addition, as the Ravens train at Western Maryland College, is quarterback Elvis Gerbach, who came over from Kansas City. The defense, for the most part, remains intact. The veteran players say they're working harder than they ever did last year because the rest of the NFL is gunning for them.
It makes you a little edgy, you know, like, what's up? You know, people don't really pay attention, but it doesn't change the fact that we won and we got our rings, and we, as of now, are the reigning world champs.
You know, obviously last year was last year. The king is dead, long live the king. And you can't sit back and, you know, expect, you know, to have everybody just bow down before you. Got to go back out and earn it all over again.
As mentioned previously during Eyewitness News 21, it's a sad day in sports. Minnesota Vikings right tackle Corey Stringer passed away this morning because of complications from heat stroke. Viking players showed their support by gathering at this hospital in Mankato, Minnesota. The 27-year-old Stringer was the 24th overall pick in the 1995 draft from Ohio State. He was selected to play in his first Pro Bowl last season.
I've never seen him argue with a player. By no means. And I think if he's looking down on us right now, he sees all the pain that we feel. But at the same time, he knows the show must go on.
Everybody loved him, and he was always caring about other people, and he always made you laugh, you know? It's always the good guys who go down.
All right, I think it would take a miracle for the Harrisburg Senators to make it to postseason play. They're in 4th place and trail the leaders by 14 games. The Senators were on the road tonight against Bowie. The good guys went down the drain, the final 4-3. It just hasn't been a good season. After losing last night against Tampa Bay, the O's tried to turn things around tonight. The Birds fought back from a 3-0 deficit, 9th inning, trailing 5-4. Jerry Hairston goes yard. A 2-run shot. The O's do it. They win it 6-5. Seattle slid by Detroit tonight 7-1, but here's something you don't see too often. With 2 aboard, the M's' Mark McLemore hits into a triple play. There's the first out. He flipped to second for 2, and on to first for the triple killing. That's the best way to stop a threat. Also, the Cards against the Braves tonight, and Big Mac made history again against Greg Maddux. Mark McGwire hits one a country mile. That's his 573rd career round tripper. He ties Harmon Killebrew for 5th place all time. The Cardinals also won the game 4-0. Some NASCAR news. Bill Simpson has resigned. He was in charge of the North Carolina company that built seatbelts used in Winston Cup racing. Simpson said he's tired of all the criticism he's taken in the wake of Dale Earnhardt's death. And it's official. Vince Carter agreed to a 6-year contract extension with the Toronto Raptors, reportedly worth $94 million. Carter wants to stay because he's comfortable in Toronto.
You never know if it's greener on the other side, and I'd hate to take that chance to move elsewhere, and it's not like here, you know, where you feel loved and feel supported, and you know, that's what I've gotten from day one, even when I was here on draft day.
$94 million.
Fun player to watch, though. He's just a great player.
He's great. Let me pass on a score. 3-1 Philadelphia over Colorado. It's in the 3rd inning. There's been a rain delay.
Okay. Rick, thanks a lot. Well, we have new information about singer Mariah Carey tonight.
Still ahead on Eyewitness News, get the real story on what led to her hospitalization last week.
You're watching Eyewitness News, winner of the Emmy Award for Best Newscast.
Jag, only on WHP CBS 21. Brought to you in part by Hardee's, where it's 2 for 2 roast beef sandwiches every day.
Get ready. It's Round Ball Ruckus 3-on-3 2001, August 11th and 12th on Harrisburg, City Island.
Bob 94.9, where Harrisburg country sounds like this.
Cowboy, take me away.
And this.
That don't impress me much.
And this.
Don't forget something like that.
Playing Harrisburg's best new country and your all-time favorites. With Nancy and Newman in the morning and Mega Music Bobathons all day long. Bob 94.9.
Now is the perfect time for family cookouts, and that means stocking up on delicious Kunzler hot dogs. And now when you buy a dog, you could win a hog. That's right. Kunzler is giving away a brand new Harley-Davidson motorcycle. To enter, just send in a proof of purchase from specially marked Kunzler hot dogs, along with your name, address, and phone number. You could be the winner of a 2001 Harley-Davidson XL 1200C Sportster. Enter the Buy a Dog, Win a Hog contest today. Brought to you by Kunzler. Goodness is in the making since 1901.
On the next Sally, when tragedy struck,
I knew something was wrong. It was that mother's instinct.
these mothers stepped in.
The smoke was so thick upstairs that you just couldn't breathe.
Their heroic acts
Without her, I wouldn't be here right now.
made miracles happen.
You've been my rock. You gave up everything.
Extraordinary mothers,
I love her.
unbelievable stories. Next Sally.
Thursday at 10 on WHP CBS 21.
World-class justice. Judge Judy, ruler of the free world.
Weekdays on WHP CBS 21.
Singer Mariah Carey makes our People news tonight. Her publicist says the pop diva suffered an emotional and physical breakdown and is being treated by a psychiatrist. Carey was admitted to the hospital last week. It was first reported that she was suffering from extreme exhaustion. Carey had been producing her new album and recently completed work on 2 movies.
Here's a recap of tonight's top stories on Eyewitness News 21. There may be a new lead in the disappearance of intern Chandra Levy. Authorities got a tip indicating that Levy's body is buried in a parking lot at Fort Lee in Virginia. Cadaver dogs may search that area tomorrow.
A mother died when her van collided with a train near Newport in Perry County around 4:30 today. Melissa Lee Simmons was killed in the crash. Her 2 daughters were airlifted to Hershey Medical Center. The accident stopped train traffic earlier tonight for about 3 hours.
An autopsy will be done tomorrow to determine what caused a 16-year-old's death. Travis Bear collapsed and died during a basketball tournament at Central York Middle School today. Counselors will be at the Spring and Sperry Township Municipal Building tomorrow. Well, if you wanted to see what it's like on the show Survivor without going into the Outback, you'll have a chance soon. A company from Illinois is making the first interactive Survivor computer game. Like the show, the game pits contestants against each other. The Survivor game will be in the stores by fall.
Alrighty. Are we going to survive this heat tomorrow, Don?
I don't know. I think probably we would if we had a little fan and maybe a nice little spritzer bottle or something like that.
You have to be careful out there, though.
Yeah, just one of those favorite things you can take with you into the outback or down to the Susquehanna. Here's what we have for you for tomorrow when you wake up, 70s, and it will be a little steamy, and it will continue steamy during the day with a high of 91 degrees. No thunderstorms in sight, though. It doesn't look like they'll come through until a cold front comes through on Friday.
And then into Saturday morning, early afternoon is what you're thinking about right now?
That's what it looks like. It looks like the front stalls a little bit, but then after that, Saturday afternoon, Sunday, looking pretty good right now.
All right. Thank you, Don. And that does it for Eyewitness News 21 at 11. The Late Show with David Letterman is up next.
For the entire Eyewitness News team, have a good night, everybody.
Good night.
From the network that brought you Survivor, now comes The Amazing Race, CBS Wednesdays this fall.